Picture this. You walk into a coffee shop and instead of ordering a simple black coffee, you find yourself asking for a triple-shot oat milk macchiato with half-pump vanilla and extra foam. Sound familiar? Or maybe you're the type who sees a perfectly good bookshelf at the store but decides to spend 3 weekends building one from scratch instead. We live in an age where convenience is king, yet something deep inside us rebels against the easy path. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating contradictions of human nature. Why we deliberately choose complexity when simplicity is right there waiting for us. But first, subscribe to our channel. Think about your own life for a moment. How many times have you taken the scenic route when GPS offered the fastest one? How often do you find yourself drawn to hobbies that require months to master when you could be binge-watching something instead? This isn't just quirky behavior, it's a fundamental aspect of what makes us human. We're wired to seek out the labyrinth even when the straight path is perfectly clear. This phenomenon touches everything from our career choices to our weekend activities. Some people become obsessed with solving Rubik's Cubes that take years to master. Others dive headfirst into learning ancient languages nobody speaks anymore. We choose video games with punishing difficulty levels over easy mobile games. We pick up instruments knowing full well it'll take forever to sound decent. The question isn't whether you do this. The question is understanding why your brain craves these elaborate challenges. The answer begins with something psychologists call flow state. You know that feeling when you're so absorbed in an activity that time seems to disappear. That's your brain on complexity. Simple tasks rarely trigger this magical mental zone because they don't demand enough of our cognitive resources. But when we engage with something intricate and challenging, our minds light up like a Christmas tree. Your brain's reward system operates on a fascinating principle. The harder you work for something, the better it feels when you achieve it. This isn't just feel-good psychology, it's neurochemistry in action. When you solve a complex puzzle or master a difficult skill, your brain releases a cocktail of dopamine, endorphins, and other chemicals that create genuine euphoria. Easy victories simply don't trigger the same intense satisfaction because your brain knows you didn't really earn them. This connects to our fundamental need for mastery and competence. Humans aren't designed to coast through life on autopilot. We need to feel like we're growing, learning, and becoming better versions of ourselves. When everything becomes too simple, we experience what researchers call learned helplessness, a state where we lose confidence in our abilities because we never get to exercise them properly. Consider the difference between assembling furniture from detailed instructions versus figuring out how to build something from scratch. Both accomplish the same goal, but only one makes you feel like an architect of your own success. That sense of creative problem-solving and personal agency is something our brains desperately crave. To understand this drive fully, we need to look backward through evolutionary history. For millions of years, our ancestors faced environments that were anything but simple. Survival meant constantly adapting to new challenges, solving complex social dynamics, and navigating unpredictable landscapes. The humans who thrived were those who could think creatively, adapt quickly, and find innovative solutions to novel problems. Our brains evolved to be pattern-seeking, puzzle-solving machines. We developed sophisticated cognitive abilities specifically to handle complexity, not to avoid it. In prehistoric times, the ability to track animal migrations, predict weather patterns, or navigate complex tribal relationships could mean the difference between life and death. Those who embraced mental challenges were more likely to survive and pass on their genes. Even in recorded history, the most advanced civilizations were often those that embraced rather than avoided complexity. Ancient societies developed intricate astronomical calculations, complex architectural projects, and sophisticated philosophical systems, not because they had to, but because engaging with these challenges drove innovation and cultural advancement. Fast forward to today, and we find ourselves in an interesting predicament. Modern life has eliminated many of the complex challenges our brains evolved to handle, but the underlying wiring remains. We still have the same pattern-seeking, problem-solving neural architecture, but now it's surrounded by convenience and automation. This creates what we might call the modern complexity paradox. Our environment tells us to take the easy road while our biology screams for mental stimulation. The result is that we unconsciously seek out artificial complexity to satisfy these deep psychological needs. We create elaborate morning routines when simple ones would work fine. We choose career paths with interesting challenges over higher-paying but boring alternatives. Your brain is literally designed to detect patterns, solve puzzles, and overcome obstacles. When life becomes too streamlined, these cognitive systems start looking for problems to solve. This is why people often report feeling restless or unfulfilled even when their lives are objectively comfortable and successful. Engaging with complexity also builds something crucial: resilience. When you regularly challenge yourself with difficult tasks, you develop confidence in your ability to handle whatever life throws at you. Your brain learns that obstacles are solvable rather than insurmountable. This cognitive flexibility becomes invaluable in our rapidly changing world. So how can you harness this understanding? Start by recognizing when you're naturally gravitating toward complex solutions and embrace it rather than fighting it. If you find yourself researching elaborate vacation itineraries instead of booking simple package deals, that's your brain seeking healthy challenge. If you prefer cooking elaborate meals from scratch over heating up frozen dinners, you're feeding your need for creative problem solving. Look for opportunities to add productive complexity to your routine. Learn a musical instrument, take up woodworking, dive into a challenging book, or start a garden. These activities might seem inefficient compared to passive entertainment, but they're providing something your brain desperately needs: the satisfaction of earned accomplishment. The next time someone asks why you chose the complicated path, remember this: you're not being difficult or inefficient. You're honoring millions of years of evolution that shaped you into a creature capable of finding profound joy in overcoming challenges. In a world increasingly designed for simplicity, your willingness to embrace complexity isn't a bug, it's a feature that makes you uniquely human. If you got value from this video, like and subscribe to our channel.